Hello, happy hump day. I just ran upstairs. I was downstairs taking care of things and time creeped up on me. So it's pretty standard for me with my lives on the summer. It's stuffing it in. So I hope you guys are having a great hump day. Kel and I went and ran errands today. If you are at all on Instagram, you saw that we were looking for Halloween decorations among like Amazon returns and actual things that we had to do. He was disappointed. Lowe's did have a little bit, but he was disappointed there wasn't more out, even though most of the world kind of understands why you don't have Halloween decorations out in July. But my son loves Halloween, so that is part of my day, and I'm excited for my OMAD today. We're having chicken a la king, and it's actually funny. Every time I make chicken a la king, I think of what made me start wanting to make chicken a la king. It's something that I had in elementary school as like a school lunch, and I don't remember ever loving it or disliking it or anything. But then when I was breastfeeding my son, I went to bed one day and chicken a la king popped in my head and I wanted it so bad. I made it like in the next few days and I've really liked making it ever since. With my vegetarian being at camp for the next 2 weeks, it was just a good time to make it because chicken broth is like sorry, I want this to stay down. There we go. Chicken broth is in chicken a la king and I don't want to make a vegetarian version. So I'm making that tonight and I'm actually really excited about it. But I hope you guys are having great days. We will get started. Brittany, how are you doing? She says, hey, Jackie, 500 calorie down day. Can you lose weight? I want to try it today. I know next day you got to have an up day, right? Yes. So I do think for me personally, as I was going through my weight loss, doing down days and up days really helped me. So I would do OMAD 5 days a week. I do a down day and then I do an up day. I did the 500 calories. I saw no difference whether I fasted the entire day or if I had a small 500 calorie meal. The longer I do this, the easier I find it to do just fasting all day because then I don't have to plan anything, buy anything, count anything. I'm just fasting. But as far as effectiveness, I personally have never seen it be any different to have the modified 500 calorie version or to do a full day fast. I do think it was effective for me while losing weight, and I'm glad to say you acknowledge that you have to do an update following that. Yep. And the as far as an update, I just followed Jen Stevens' advice of minimum 6-hour eating window, minimum 2 meals. That's how I do my up days. But good luck. If you do that, let me know how it goes next week. Hello, Mom. Hope you're doing well. Nurcan, hello. Hope I said that right. Probably didn't, but hope you're doing well too. Hello, Yaniris. Yaniris? I'm sure I said that wrong too. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing good. Welcome. Hi, Betsy. Dawn says, sorry about the confusion last week. I posted comments before the live started because I had to watch the replay and YouTube took my comments down. I'm sorry about that. I have no idea how that happened, but it's funny because my mom could see them, but maybe it was YouTube removed them after she saw them. But I'm glad that you're here, and it was lymphatic drainage if I remember right. But hope you're doing well, Dawn. You're welcome, Brittany. Hi, Megan. Hope you're doing well. Yay, chat with Nikki, a full week of 18 hours plus fasted daily. I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of you too. That is amazing. And that's my weekly goal. So, or not my weekly, my goal with my daily is 18 hours. And then sometimes I don't hit it, but I'm not super stressed about it. But good for you. I'm proud of you. Dawn said, how are you feeling about the rebounder now? Fabulous 50s has a great workout videos for the rebounder. I'm still, I feel like a goofball on it. I don't have like a rhythm or like, it's not part of my routine yet. Every time I jump on it, my dog wants to get on it with me. My kids do like it and my dog really loves it as far as she treats it like a bed. But I haven't found my own personal rhythm. I guess I feel very self-conscious every time I do it. I know that's very silly, but I do. And I'm not alone ever right now. So, um, I just need to get over that. But I do enjoy, like, it's fun, which is fun. But I feel goofy because I'm having fun, probably. But I appreciate the Fabulous 50s. I'll check that out. Hello again. Oh, I said it right. Yay. I think that's what you mean. Hi there, Patty. Happy Wednesday to you too. Love seeing my mom still get some birthday love. Hello, Arlene. Oh, thank you. I love being a part of you guys' lives. It's very humbling to me that I feel like I can be a part of so many people's lives, hopefully in a positive way. And I really appreciate you telling me that. So thank you. Hello, Nessa. She says, hello, everyone. Jackie and Jackie's mom. I'm in hour 65 of an 84-hour fast, my longest one ever. I'm feeling so good. I even lifted weights this morning. I am so excited for you that you're feeling good. I think that is such a testament to how powerful we are. And that's one of my favorite things about longer fasts. I don't think people need to do them. There are definitely benefits to them. I don't think anyone has to feel compelled to do them. I like to challenge myself. I am proud of you for challenging yourself, but I love getting to that point where you're like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. It just feels so powerful and like exciting, because never in the past would you think I could be not eating for 65 hours and I feel amazing. I love that. And I love that it's almost like a thrill, if that makes sense. But I'm proud of you and I'm excited for you that you feel that way. Gail says, I know you love your yoga bowls. Yes, I do. I tried savory one last week and it was delicious. Greek yogurt, cucumber, beets, chickpeas, cauliflower, pickles, and ranch seasoning. That sounds super amazing. I absolutely would love that. I love to make Greek chicken bowls, and I love to put the tzatziki from Aldi that's yogurt based. This seems like it would be very good with very similar flavoring. That sounds amazing. Yummy. I haven't broke my fast today, so that's a little bit of a tease, but in a good way. So thank you for sharing that. That sounds really good. Well, thank you for following me, and I hope you're encouraged as you do. Patty says, I am liking the rebounder, but I have 4 left feet, so following some of the workouts, I end up just jumping to my own tune. I've definitely found that as well, where I'm like, it's hard for me to pay attention and match them when it's so new to me. So just kind of doing it, like, oh, well, I'll hop on beat, rather than trying to like, do, because I don't feel super coordinated with it. How do you fast on those days when you're low energy due to lack of motivation and depression? Well, first of all, I haven't dealt with depression other than postpartum depression with one of my children, and I just don't feel like I can speak to that for that. How do I fast on days when I'm low energy due to lack of motivation? I definitely have days where I feel like I lacked motivation. I've always, like, kind of as a personal philosophy, I feel like motivation sometimes follows action. Like, once you start doing something, and like, I don't necessarily always do things because it's like what I want to do, but I know that I'll be proud that I did it, so that I do it anyways. And then the motivation comes from the reward that you know you're going to see. That probably doesn't help with depression, because I know depression works against you in a very different way. But if I don't feel like fasting days, which doesn't really happen too much anymore, I'll be honest, because I've just done it so much the last 4 years that it very much feels like my normal. But if there's days like the walking challenge, or things where I just don't feel like doing the normal, or I don't want to cook dinner, I'm like, well, I know I want what I'm going to eat for dinner. I know I want to meet my walking goal. I know I want to do the rebounding. That's very much like a new thing. It's not part of my routine. It doesn't feel normal like fasting does. I know I'll be proud of achieving that. I know I'll be happy that I met the objective. So I just know that the motivation to keep going will come if I take the first step, because I know I want to achieve it. I don't know if anyone in here has any advice for depression, but I don't, so I'm sorry. Love seeing you guys talk to each other. Let's see. Dawn says, I keep mine in the bedroom and lean it against the wall when not in use. I jump in there with my eyes on me. The mirror is helpful too. I wanted to make sure I stay on the rebounder and not the floor. That's hilarious because I could see myself bouncing off. That's one of the reasons I got the giant one. I don't want to see myself in the mirror though. I just think that would add to the goofiness. It's very much like a I don't know. I just feel like a goofball on it. I have mine in the corner, so like by our TV on our main floor, and it's by our back door. So anyone that would be watching me is like purposely turning around and like not facing the TV. But Big Brother is newly on, and I really would like to rebound while watching Big Brother. That's like one of my like guilty pleasures is Big Brother, and I feel like if I do a workout, have it on my phone like in front of me, and I watch some Big Brother, the time will pass. And I won't have time to think of being goofy if I'm watching Big Brother. But I love you guys sharing your tips. Oh, yes, I agree. That sounded really good. Nessa says, it is definitely a thrill. I wanted to both challenge myself and just get future health and disease prevention that happens. I've not had a cold since before last December or last Christmas. I don't know why I read that right as December. But I really do agree that I feel like I'm healthier since I've been fasting, and I like knowing that you're just doing well, like disease prevention and whatnot. I wish I could quantify, not that I want to know, like I'm not someone that would want to know like you have this in your future, because that sounds super scary, but it like you can't know what you're preventing from happening in the future, but at the same time I know that it's doing well, and that's why I continue to do them. I love that. Smiling says, hi, Jackie. I was wondering if you feel any difference since doing the color analysis. Oh my goodness, absolutely. So I stopped wearing black eyeliner and mascara, and I wear brown instead, like the same routine, but brown, which was suggested. And then I've really tried wearing mostly my colors. Like this is pretty close to mushroom. This necklace, I don't know that I like it. That's from the stylist, but I don't know how to take it off. In full transparency, I just put it on today for the first time. But it is crazy to me. Between doing the color analysis and like the stylist, I'm gonna, just for instance, I go to Panera all the time and I see the same people all the time. I've had multiple workers there be like, you just look so nice lately. Like they can't even tell me why. And then my therapist, who I see on a semi-regular basis, I went in and one of my, it was like color analysis was done and outfit from a stylist. And she was like, I just want you to know, you just look so nice today. And I've had so many of those random comments, or someone at Chick-fil-A came up to me and said, you look so beautiful. That dress is for you. And it was one of my color analysis dresses. Like that kind of stuff feels very random, but it has happened a lot since wearing my colors. And it's definitely felt like a win and something worth pursuing. And then I also just like that I feel like no matter what I put on, I feel like pretty confident in it, as far as there were some things that before I'd be like, oh, should I wear this? Does this look all right? But knowing that they were completely out of the summer colors, I'm like, that's probably why I never wanted to wear that bright white sweater, that's not in my colors. So I have felt like it was really awesome. And I really have been I haven't for a second felt like I shouldn't do it. And actually we are taking both my daughters, I'm doing it, but I convinced my husband to I'm going to film them. So teen and tween, 12 and 14, my middle daughter's almost 13. They're going to get it done before we go back to school shopping. But when I was getting it done, the lady's like, it's really nice to have it done before prom and before you get married someday, because it can make a difference in the prom dresses you choose, or if you want bright white or a more ivory white for your wedding dress, and like just different big events can be made less stressful when you know your colors. So honestly, absolutely loved it. Still love it. I just have a very, very messy closet right now. You're welcome. I don't know what that's about. I can't even remember because I just rambled, but you're welcome. Patty says, preparing myself for a 5-day fast, planning for 8-4 week. Excited to challenge myself with this one. Yay! I am excited for you because I understand the excitement of challenging yourself, and I know that you're gonna rock it. I still don't know that I'll ever do another 5-day one, not because it was hard. I just, at the very beginning, it felt like so long to know that I had to go. I did struggle with that. And I knew I was going to do it, and I knew I'd be fine, and I never felt unhealthy or unsafe. So that's like huge. If you ever feel unhealthy or unsafe, I'm not specifically talking to you, Patty, but you or anyone, obviously it's not worth challenging yourself. But I just kept thinking, like, why am I doing this to myself? I love food. It felt like a long time. I'm super excited for you, and I cannot wait to hear how it goes for you. But am I glad I did it? Yes. And at the end, was I proud of myself for accomplishing that and meeting that goal and pushing myself? Absolutely. So I am excited for you in those regards. And it was fun for me to do it with Kieran. Well, I'm glad you're here, Penny. As they say, better late than never. Yay, and I love seeing you guys root for each other. Woohoo! I reached the end of the comments. I don't know if anything else will pop in, but I'm about to go to the dog park after this, so that's what my afternoon holds. And then I'm going to come home, make homemade biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, and the chicken a la king. So I'll be listening to probably podcasts or an audiobook. I'm in between audiobooks right now, so I'm not sure which one, while cooking. So I'm very excited about it. It's super overcast, and we'll probably do golf cart rides. Oh, and I taught my kids to play a card game. One of my goals this summer is to teach my kids multiple card games. I used to play them all the time as a kid. I don't know why my kids don't play them, but I realize, it's probably on me to teach them the games. So card games, chicken a la king, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and dog park are my future. Oh, I see more things have popped up. Fasting consistently forces you to see yourself, your emotions, your stresses. It has been about so much more than weight, so unexpected and enlightening. I 100% agree with you, Nikki. I made a video. I started making a video on this, but I didn't feel like I could articulate it well, so I scrapped what I filmed, but I want to do it again. Fasting has allowed me to want a better Jackie, and it's really weird. I know from your comment that you're going to understand it, but like removing the weight of dieting and just allowing myself to have an eating window and to feel confident in me and not struggle daily with dieting has allowed me to not only like lose the weight and maintain the weight loss. I've had a lot of health benefits, but I constantly like doing the rebounder or the walking exercises or doing the color analysis. Like it's not because I'm like, oh, I feel so ugly every day. What's going to make me feel beautiful? It's like, hey, this looks like something that would be worth investing in. I want to keep bettering myself. And it's not from like a point of view of, like, I need to walk 10,000 steps because my butt's too flabby. I want to do better for myself. And every single time that I do these challenges, it's like exciting for me. It's not a punishment. And before, anytime I did like, I used to do this beach body workout, Debbie Sieber's Slim and Six. Every single time it was like punishment every day because I wanted to lose weight. I started it. It was before my wedding. So I was probably 20, maybe 19. And I actually didn't hate the workout, but I hated every day that it felt like a chore. Now, if I do a workout, it's like, hey, this would feel good. And I really agree with you, Nikki, that fasting allows you to like highlight what's missing, what you want to pursue, what you love about yourself. It gives me like this base level of confidence, and then I want to keep improving from there. And none of that is like strictly weight related, but I'm grateful for it all. Patty says, I watched the videos you had on 5-day. Very helpful to me. Yay. I felt like a big whiner. I was telling Kieran this, like as all of it came out, I didn't realize how much I said the same thing, but it was really true because it'd be a lie if the whole time I'm like, this is amazing. I can't wait. I never want it to end. Like, I'm glad it was helpful. But it was 100% real. Book recommendations. Okay. I'm going to grab some really quick. I have my bookcase right here, but I'll be right back. Okay, this is not by any means all inclusive because I didn't prep for this, but I just grabbed ones as I saw them. So I have a huge bookcase. I have parenting, Christian books, fasting books, lots of things over there. So I probably missed some, but these are the ones as I saw them, I said yes. So first of all, Fast Feast Repeat is my favorite to recommend to people. So Jen Stevens was a teacher. She had lost and gained weight many times over her life. And then she started fasting, lost the weight, and then just became passionate about sharing. She is not a medical professional. I love that. I really like that. But she's also a teacher, so she does a really good job of like absorbing information and sharing it with people in a way that's easy to digest. So it's filled with a lot of information to give you the knowledge to want to keep going. I'm trying to think of a better way to say that, but it gives you like a strong backbone to say like, yeah, this is important to pursue and why it works and how to do it. So this is first and foremost my favorite and what got me started as a book. I actually, before I was reading this book, my friend Gentry, she's in some of my videos, recommended this book to me. I told her I was going to fast, but I had never read anything on it. I just had done it once through church and I was going to try it for weight loss. I don't know why I never thought of researching, but she recommended this book and it got me started on this whole path. I also love this book because people always worry about their appetite. They worry about, so like, I open my eating window and I eat too much. This talks about appetite correction and fasting being a tool to help with that. I think it's a really good book if you're concerned about appetite. I still eat very large portions almost every single day. I don't worry about it though because I eat once a day. But it talks about how your body kind of figures it out once you start reading, or once you start getting in a rhythm and you're listening to your signals. And I just think this is a really good book if you're worried about your appetite. That's from Dr. Bert Herring. This is a three author book. Dr. Fong, Eve Mayer, and Megan Ramos. I can't remember exactly. They both are part of like his practice, but they're, I think one's like maybe a nurse practitioner and one's a nutritionist or something. I can't remember. I read this a couple years ago, but I like that it's from 3 different points of view. 1 male, he's a doctor, 2 female, and I know Megan lost weight with fasting. I think maybe Eve did, but they all approach it from different points of view, and it's really easy to digest. Dr. Fong has another book, but I have a hard time recommending it because I have a hard time reading it. It's just very dense in information. There's a lot of great information in there, but it's not one I'd throw at someone until they're like super excited about fasting. I really like this one. Another doctor wrote this. This is Dr. Michael Mosley. And he was approached as a doctor to do a BBC like info, like, I don't know. I think like in my mind, 60 Minutes came up like as the American version. I don't really know, but a segment on fasting, and he really didn't believe in it until he did the segment and he realized how beneficial it could be. And then Mimi Spencer gives a bunch of like diet advice. I didn't really read all the, I've never followed all the recipes, but they talk about doing 500 calorie days twice a week and eating all day 5 days a week. It's called the 5-2 diet. Now, I've never followed that protocol, but it gives a lot of good information from a doctor's point of view, why he likes fasting. And he also is super fluid with your eating choices. So Dr. Fong like talks about eating low carb or other, like lots of people do, but he's pretty like, you can kind of do what you want. He doesn't say exactly that, but he's pretty like open to you enjoying your eating window like I am. But it has the doctor spin, which I like. And then this has nothing to do with fasting, except for the fact that having stable blood sugar has been a big like improvement for me. I can tell when I'm not having stable blood sugar. And this doesn't tell you to get a CGM. It just tells you ways that you can manage it, 10 easy things, and none of them are stop eating like sugar. It's like, if you're going to eat apple pie, eat it right after dinner so you have the protein and the fat to help block some of the effects of the sugar in the pie. There's a lot of tips in here that I think are really helpful in what to do and or not what to do, like steps to eat or how you can help to stabilize your blood sugar and why you want to. And I literally never in my life thought of it until I read this book. I really, really think it's a great read. Those are the ones I grabbed first. I think all of them are probably linked in the description. If not all of them, most of them. Hi, Pepper. Love your name. What is your favorite long fast? What feels like a sweet spot to me is a 3-day fast. It feels like I eat on Sunday, break my fast on Wednesday. That feels very doable and manageable, and I don't feel overwhelmed with it. I've done those a lot, so that has been my favorite. That gives me, I don't know. I think that just gives me enough without it having to be overwhelming. Like I think I get the benefits of a 3-day without feeling overwhelmed by it. I've done a 100-hour fast and then this 120-hour fast, and both of them did feel too long mentally, I guess. But I was proud that I did them both times. But I like 72 hours. I get excited about them. Pam says, lately I've noticed you look smaller. What gives? You know, you're not the first person that's mentioned this to me. I wear a lot of tank tops, and I've always had bonier shoulders, and I just think my arms and my shoulders look smaller than the rest of my body. Also in videos, you see them a lot more, especially if I'm wearing sleeveless or a dress. I just think that's part of it. I did the 5-day fast. I haven't noticed long-term weight. I don't weigh myself regularly, but like at the doctor yesterday, I weighed the same as I did 6 months ago at the same appointment. So I don't think, I know body recomposition is a thing. I'm not really doing anything to cause it. I don't really feel like my clothes are fitting different, but I'm wearing a lot of like newer clothes, so I'm just buying what fits then. But I've heard this from a few more people. I don't really think anything's going on. I think maybe just with summer and wearing more like straps or sleeves, you can just see it. So I don't know. I'm also much thinner up here than my butt and my legs and my little mom pouch. So you see this more than the bottom. Yes, Mom agrees. Fast Face Repeat is a great foundation. Penny asked, how do you get a CGM without a prescription? You don't. I never have. I always worked with NutriSense as a partner, so I would get a coupon code to share with you guys, and I got them for free, and then I could get income. It's always been a partnership. But they still had to write a prescription. So I have like a profile through them, and their doctor through NutriSense would write the prescription. They have staff to do that. You're welcome. Let's see. Hi, Jackie. Your videos inspire me. Thank you, Kelly. Do you have a rough idea of how far you walk each day? Well, my goal was 10,000, or excuse me. And my last time I had an official goal was 17,000 steps in May. Because of that, I realized that I wasn't walking nearly as far as I was once I started doing that goal, because I thought for sure I like easy breezy got 10,000 steps a day. I think without trying, I get about 7,000 steps a day. I try to get 10,000, but I'm not tracking it anymore, like even from May, because I just know it takes more effort to walk 10,000. And so I try to do that. I just like not tracking things. It's easier for me. But doing challenges like in May taught me what maybe 10,000 looks like. So I have a loop in my neighborhood that I know gets me to 10,000 steps. My goal is 10,000. I think on a day where I don't try to get 10,000, I get probably 7,000. My watch says only 2, but I didn't put this on like until hours after I woke up. But I don't think walking has ever been a big part of my weight loss. If that's at all a curiosity you have. Hi, Sheila. Swati says, I have all those books and they are great. I love them and I like reading. I even like you will see differences between who says what. And then even like the 5-2 diet, where they talk about 500 calories, I was sent from one of you guys an update on eating 800 calories instead of the 500. And I'm just so used to the 500 calories when I do it, I haven't updated it. And I like reading. There's going to be different flavors, different spins, different information between them. But for me, that's encouraging because it just shows me that all these people that believe in fasting, it doesn't have to be done one certain way. And I have permission to find what works for me among all these puzzle pieces, build the perfect little Jackie piece. And I think if the more that everyone educates, it's going to help. It's going to help you to find what works for you too, because I like to share what works for me in an encouragement for you to do the same. I never want someone to be like, Jackie did this, that's the way to success, that's the only way. And I think reading a lot of books from a lot of different points of view is going to give you the same, like, hey, a lot of people have opinions on fasting, and I've seen a lot of it has the same foundation of autophagy and metabolic flexibility and stable blood glucose. Like, I'm going to focus on those, and then I can play within that. So yes, I love the books too. Another one, oh wait, I'm going to go back one more second. I didn't grab it. I don't know if it's over there or somewhere else, but I love Atomic Habits. I just think as I've read that, I've really enjoyed reading that. It has nothing to do with fasting, but it teaches you about small change can make a big impact in your life, how to make small changes. And I really think it's a great book, especially if you're trying to like change habits in your life, like not eating all day and fasting. I think it is really applicable. And I have some of that in future videos. Kelly says, thank you. I use walking to clear my head and I love nature. I do too. Honestly, that's one of the reasons that I don't like tracking it. It was fun to do the challenge. I enjoyed the challenge, but I like to go on a walk. I don't want to turn it into what feels like a chore. If I did that every single day, it would feel like a chore. I love to go on walks by myself, podcasts, audiobooks, even at the dog park. I go there almost every day. I like to walk with my dog there. That's what I'm doing right after this. I enjoy the activity. Turning it into like a metric makes it less enjoyable to me. As part of my personality. So if I can just enjoy it, I'm going to do it more. And I know that. So then when I know like, hey, it takes a little more effort to get the 10,000, I will do that more. Or like my kids are swimming, I get up and I walk around the pool, or just little things like that I try to encourage myself. But if I start tracking it, then it's less enjoyable. And I really enjoy it. So why put the negativity on it? But yes, it's very, very great for my mental health. Yeah, Iris, I'm so sorry. I'm probably, I wish I could just have it roll off my tongue and not call attention to it. Iris says, me too. I love walking in nature. It's so soothing to me. Woohoo, meet me at the dog park, ladies. Let's see. Nuggos says, what about adding to a clean fast ADF an extra day with a 500 calorie day? Oh, yeah, I think if you mean like Monday you did a full 100% fast, and then Tuesday you did a 500 calorie meal, and then Wednesday you had an update, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because in my mind, anytime you do a 500 calorie day, the hours between the 500 calorie meal and the previous meal vary. So whether it's 50 hours or 40 hours and you have that small bridge, that's how I think of 500 calorie meals, is it's like bridging one fast and then you keep fasting to the up day. 100%, I think that is fine, because it doesn't really matter. Excuse me, I don't know why I burped, but it doesn't really matter how long the fast, like say you had OMAD, and then you have a really long fast, you do the little 500 calorie bridge, and then you fast again. It's still a fast. So your body isn't like, hello, time clock, we just, like, it's not keeping track, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I think that is a perfect way to do it. I'd be interested to see how it goes, but I think that would be kind of a great way to prolong a fast and the benefits of a long fast with a short 500 calorie meal. I easily did 60 hours by adding the 500 calorie on day 2. Awesome. Now, like, you do however you want. When I was early on in my fasting, I remember asking people, like, when you do the 500 calorie meal, do you stop your timer and start it again? And I did, because I am truly eating, but does it make a difference how you track it? What's important to you is what's important to you. Awesome. It sounds like it went well for you. I love that. So Adi says, I loved reading them, and I recently realized after after your recent long fast element, help me figure out I don't have to be super rigid with my fasting schedule. Life happens. Yes. And I love that. I love even like one thing that I've kind of loosened up on myself. I still try to get 18 hours every day. But if my OMAD say I ate a late OMAD last night, which I did, if I had a chance to meet a friend for breakfast today and it was still going to be my OMAD, I don't fret too much that it's not 18 hours. Yeah, in a perfect world, would I still get my 18 hours? Yes. But I'm still going to have an OMAD. So if I have it late Tuesday, early Wednesday, well, then when I go back to dinner Thursday, I'm just going to have a longer fast. And it's like, is it really a big deal if I didn't get my 18 hours? No. Life happens. And I think it's really important to be flexible because that's how you're going to be able to sustain it in the long run. Oh, I love seeing you guys chat with each other. I actually kind of am thinking, hey, maybe I'll do that sometime too. Dope says, I've been following you for a while and I've lost a lot of weight. Yay, good for you. I'm currently 182 pounds at 6'4" and I was wondering if I should continue OMAD or eat more often. Will I get too lean? Well, this is 100% a personal thing because I don't know what you will do. But in my experience, I found a lot of joy in OMAD, so I don't want to give up OMAD. And I was worried that I would just keep losing weight because I was losing weight very steadily. Then I all of a sudden hit this point where my body was like, nope, we're good. We're going to hang out here. And I've been there for almost 3 years. My body looks different 3 years later at the same weight as people pointed out. But I found that my body hit a set point that it was really happy with sticking with one meal a day. Now, I know I could restrict on my one meal a day. I could go low carb. I could eat less than my 1 meals a day. I could have dessert less often. I'm not willing to do all those things. I'm happy with a set point. And I think you have to kind of like find what works for you and what you're happy with. At 6'4", at 182 pounds, that sounds like you're pretty lean probably as it is. I'm 5'10" at 153. 150 to 153 is where I'm at. But I don't look the same even at the same weight. But I think I got to a point where my body stopped losing and I can still enjoy my OMAD. So I would imagine that happens for a lot of people. But if you notice that you are continuing to lose weight beyond what you want, maybe, you have OMAD and you have longer eating windows, like you have a couple longer eating windows each week, or you can kind of play around and see what works for you. But for me personally, it didn't continue forever. And congrats on the weight loss. Let's see. Harmon, hello, says, hello, Jackie. I'm from Canada, an Indian 39-year-old woman. I've been following you for the last 2 years, but started OMAD July 6, 2024. I lost 3.6 kilograms in 18 days. Congrats. Love hearing of your success. And then you continue to say, which element do you recommend during a fast? Well, you are 2 years, or excuse me, you're not 2 years. You are too early in your journey where I would still recommend clean fasting. So the only one to clean fast with is the raw unflavored. And I have recently made a video where I say I do sometimes have the flavored element outside of my eating window. And for the first almost 3.5 years, I didn't do that ever until I started experimenting. And I can have that. I can't have diet pops while I'm fasting. That makes me hungry. But I was just kind of playing around, like what makes me feel good, what doesn't. But the only way that I knew what made me feel better or worse was by knowing what a clean fast felt like. I clean fast for 3 years, and I think that's really important. So if I were you, I would stick with clean fasting, no flavors in your coffee, water, tea. And if you add element to your fast, I would do the raw unflavored. It's very salty. I have to choke it down, but it's effective, so it's worth it. And then once you have fasting as like your muscles built up, you're really good at it, you know what you're doing, you can experiment and play around. And then if you add in, say, the raspberry element in your fast and you notice that you're not feeling as good as when you took the raw unflavored, you know it might be worth going back. Or if you try it and you feel exactly the same, then you can do that. But the only way to know if you're making it harder for yourself with the flavors is by knowing exactly what a clean fast feels like. And I really, really think especially if you're trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to lose weight anymore. So I'm not like playing around with, am I messing up with that? A lot of people just know that they feel better doing a clean fast. And the only way to know how good that feels is to remain clean fasting for a long time, build a great base doing that. And then if you want to experiment and play around, you can. I still clean fast probably 90% of the time. I just allow myself, if I have sparkling water element, to drink it while I'm fasting. If I want to, like out by the pool, it's like a mocktail. It tastes really good, but I'm not jeopardizing telling myself that fasting's too hard if it makes me feel like it's harder. So I hope that makes sense, but I would stick with raw, unflavored while you're learning to fast. Woo! Well, I got through all the comments. We're 40 minutes in. My kids have left me alone. The cat didn't, though. This is Dee Dee. If you've never met Dee Dee, this is our smallest cat. She loves when I'm up here because she comes on our lap. She doesn't like our dog, so she doesn't go downstairs anymore. But she likes when I'm upstairs because she can get some cuddles, and the girls give her lots of attention up here. But let's see. There's one more. Harmon says, thank you. I will try that. I do clean fast. I follow 22 to 23 hours. I open my fast around 11 or 12 in the afternoon. Love it. That's amazing. Congrats on starting and your early success. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. I'll have all of my videos going out as normal, but I'll be back live next week. I did schedule them all out through early September. You'll notice there is a week that is missing. We're going to be on a little vacation. Speaking of that, we're going to Hershey, Pennsylvania. If you have any food recommendations there, or at Bethany Beach, Delaware, we're going to be at those places. I love that. So I'm excited, and you guys always give me some great recommendations. Okay, you do feel hungry sometimes, but you know what? The longer you fast and you build that fasting muscle, you're really going to keep going, and you won't have day one again. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Hi, Janelle. Oh, I'm so happy to be a part of your success. So thank you for telling me that. My cat scratching me. You're welcome, Sheila. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you. I've never been to Delaware. We're actually going to Maryland for my daughter's medical treatment, just a checkup. But we're like, let's go to a new state while we're there. So if you have any recommendations in Delaware, that's where we'll be for one night. Have a great one, guys. Good chatting. My cat is very distracting to me right now.